Hello and welcome to Ann Arbor Inclusive. I am Melissa Bondi, filling in for Claire today. Sparrows Place, located in Saline and Dexter, Michigan, has been providing services, quality care, and community involvement for adults with developmental disabilities for over 18 years. Joining us today is Patrick O'Connell. He is the board president of Sparrows Place. And today we're going to learn a little bit more about the organization. Welcome to the show, Pat.
Melissa, thank you for inviting me. It's good to be here.
Yeah, I know we were excited to have you on Sparrows Place specifically because it's a very unique place. I learned a lot from the video that we're about to watch. But yeah, welcome to the show. Okay, Pat, so before we begin, let's take a look at the video you submitted and then we'll proceed with the interview.
Daily life at Sparrows Place begins with household members getting ready for the day with help of staff. Eating breakfast together, sharing a daily reflection.
Let's do twistable, turnable man. Do you know that one, Dana?
Yeah.
And then departing for program activities out in the community where they participate in areas of their interest and contribute by volunteering with Meals on Wheels and feeding the homeless.
The reason that Sparrows Place exists is because of family. Families who got together over 20 years ago because they had something in common. They had an individual who they knew one day would need special care when they weren't around anymore. And together they said, we need to create a place where individuals with disabilities can live that will have the same kind of characteristics as our family life does at home.
When we moved to Sparrow, I really don't worry about him anymore. I know that he is well cared for, he has a full life, and before that, yes, it was very concerning, and how am I going to do this, and how can I take care of him, and I can't.
Each individual has dreams and hopes and abilities, and if they get to use their abilities and do the activities that interest them, those individuals experience a life worth living.
Some of the household members work outside of the home.
So I go in, pull on my apron, punch in, then check in with the managers at the front end. I'm like a people person. I like people. People like me too. People know me.
Often, when the household is out shopping, members of the community comment about how they're inspired by the joy they see in Sparrows Place members. The growth and independence is significant as home members experience life together in this loving environment.
My son has lost 100 pounds since he has come to Sparrow. He gets exercise. He doesn't eat junk food. They're maintaining portions, and I just thank God that he is where he is.
I love the rest of them too. Because they're awesome, they're special. All of us, we're like all special.
We're looking into the future, and we see it as bright. We know that individuals who discover this model that we're using of family and seeing individuals as worthy of love and care is a model that many others will be seeking after. Won't you join us as we move in this direction?
He's on the sparrow, and I know he watches over me.
Okay, Pat, so very well-produced video that we just watched, very informative, but let's talk more details. So let's talk a little bit more about Sparrows Place. I guess in a nutshell, tell us exactly what it is.
What exactly is Sparrows Place? Sparrows Place, as you said before, has some uniqueness to it.
Mm-hmm.
The uniqueness is incorporated into the formation of Sparrows Place. many years ago, more than 20 years ago, parents with individuals who had disabilities and were at that time school age were looking down the road saying to themselves, what am I going to do? How am I going to care for this guy or this girl when they become adults and we get old and maybe can't care for them anymore? I'm worried how that's going to go, and I want to do something about that. So they gathered together, this group of parents, and they discussed possibilities and came up with the idea of creating a 501(c) that would be a service organization that would care for individuals with disabilities with the same kind of concern and loving care that individuals received as they were growing up.
Okay, so the uniqueness is so prevalent, right? I guess I'd like to know a little bit, let's start with the history then, more of the history and how it did begin.
And so leading up to how it is today.
Right.
Well, we started with one house in Dexter and cut our teeth on all the ins and outs of what does it mean to connect with community mental health and work to with the social workers there to create programs for the individuals that we service. And for several years, I'm guessing 8 years, we worked with the Dexter House and learned about the individuals and what kind of desires they had and activities they would like to do. And then in 2014, an individual in the community that was on our board put together a trust and opened up another house in Saline specifically for individuals who were connected to Sparrows Place to receive the kind of service that we were offering. And so that's how we have the two houses now. So it basically is the programming or the activities that we do. And you know, I use the word program lightly. Usually when you say the word program, you think of the organization creates a bunch of things for people they're serving to come and do.
Right.
We don't have a program per se.
Okay.
Sparrows Place, we charge our staff to look at the individual and find out what do they want to do with their life. By the time they're adults, they've had a lot of experiences. They know what they like, they know what they don't like. And so we charge our staff to find out who this individual is, and that just like you would at home, if that individual likes baseball games, we look for ways to help that individual get to baseball games. If they like bowling, help them get to the bowling alley. If they like going out, having meals at the restaurant, help them save up their allowances and take them to the restaurant and have meals. So that's what, again, is part of the uniqueness of Sparrows Place.
I would say that's not so much programs, but more like hobbies.
Hobbies.
Like the enrichment, like the things that the individuals enjoy.
Yeah. And it also includes one of the individuals we have likes the idea of working, and she's able to do part-time work at one of the local Kroger stores.
Oh, okay.
And because we have the van there, we can provide that transportation to get her to the job on the days that she's working and get her home.
Okay.
So again, it's like family.
Oh, that was my other question, and we didn't really talk about it, was, transportation, driving, buses, like how, the individuals there.
We're not located on a bus route per se, but we do, we've fundraised and created ability to transport individuals in two vans, one in each location. And that's brings me to a quick story about how it's family, not just for the individuals we serve, but also for the families we serve. When we ran into a glitch a year and a half ago, and one of the vans was in a car accident, actually got hit by a piece of heavy equipment driving down the road, no fault of its own. We were out of a van suddenly, and one of the parents, as we were struggling with how do we fund getting this unexpected deficit, reached in her pocket and handed us a check for $20,000 and said, "You need a van. Here you go."
Wow. What are the ages of the individuals, or what does it start? What's the age?
Ages and who we serve, and well, ages is simple. It's if you're 18 and an adult and have disabilities that are going to be able to be served by our locations, they'd be eligible. Yes.
Okay. wondering that one. What about the disabilities of the individuals there? Can you tell us a little bit more about the details?
For all the paperwork and stuff, we have to use the term disabilities.
Sure.
But for the viewing audience, not sure if I said, oh, we have some with ASD and some with MI, that would help. So the way I can describe the kind of disabilities that we are serving individuals with would be to simply say one of our individuals that we service can't see a thing. Others have understanding of what you're saying, but their ability to communicate might be in one or two syllables or one or two words instead of a whole sentence. They're only partially verbal that way. There's others that deal, like a lot of people do, with a lot of anxieties and aren't sure if they can handle something one day and not the next, kind of thing. So a number of disabilities. Autism is also one of the disabilities that we'll be dealing with.
Okay, and the two houses, homes, do you refer to them as homes or houses?
Yeah, our houses are homes.
Yeah. How many folks are in there that live
we
there,
service,
reside?
Yeah, very purposefully, we keep that number down to 4 max, so that it's not a big crowd of people. And also, if you grew up with 4 sibs or 3 sibs, you understand the difficulties of deciding what are you going to do with that one van, and where you're going to go, and who's going to come, and who's not going to come. And there's a lot of decisions that have to be made. So having it down at the level of just 4 is pretty ideal, I think.
So 4 in each.
4 in each. So
yeah.
8.
So that's still that's a lot of decisions to be made for sure. So we talked about the uniqueness of Sparrows Place. What really sets it apart? What would you say sets it apart to make it unique?
I've been hinting at that all along. What makes Sparrows Place, I think, a unique offering of services. There's other. I don't want to say there's no other services that have quality to them, because there's a lot of places that care about the individuals and want to provide the kind of experience that would be pleasant and appropriate for that individual. But I think, again, that one of the uniquenesses is this process where we really insist that the staff don't decide ahead of time what the individuals want to do, but they have conversations and get to know the individual really well enough to know what they would like to do. As I like to say in some settings, we'd like to see every individual that we're serving be able to go to bed that night and consider their life and look back at it and go, now this is really a life worth living.
What do you see for the future? Any additional?
Like any nonprofit, we have funding issues, and the amount of revenues that we can take in has to equal the amount that we spend.
Sure.
What I'd like to see for the future is opportunities to provide this kind of service for other individuals and parents that are saying to themselves, where can I get really good service for my individual with a disability? And I have suspicion, I haven't done much public speaking about Sparrows Place until recently, and I'm having a suspicion that if we really do communicate to the broader population the kind of service and work that we're trying to do, that it'll be attractive, and that both funding and individuals will be coming our way looking for the opportunity to receive those services.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, definitely. So, what can folks do to help, to inquire? People who are watching may have interest now. So I don't know if you're going to get a
barrage of
are you going to get a wait list? We don't know. So what can folks do who want more interest? Yeah,
sure, absolutely. Well, you can certainly visit our website, which I think will be up on the screen, with a QR code that if you want to make sure you capture it, you can take a picture of it. And go to our website, and of course there's a contact page there, and your name and email address. I'm not even sure it asks for a telephone, but just some way to communicate back to you. We have periodic updates for folks that are on our mailing list about activities that we're doing or fun things that have happened, but also difficult things that we're up against, as any organization is from time to time, and we actually will give opportunities to people who are of the faith nature to join us to pray for those things to be dealt with.
Okay.
And another thing that might be useful is if you're somebody who is part of a group that has maybe some general interest in the whole area of disability and services for folks with disabilities, you could use the same website to contact us and perhaps invite me or somebody else from our board to come and present about Sparrows Place and what we do and who we are. That would be another way that somebody could actually connect with us and do something about helping us down the path that we're trying to go.
I was going to say, even with fundraising, right? Correct. And
of course, did I forget to say, you can go to the website and click the donate button and donate as much as you would like.
Yeah. Well, Pat, thank you so much. This has been very interesting, enlightening. It takes a special person, pure persons, to do something like this. So I commend you.
Well, I'm very blessed to be able to be part of this work. It's good.
Yeah.
And it's very satisfying.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us on Ann Arbor Inclusive.
Thank you for having me, Melissa.
You're welcome.
It's been my pleasure.
Be sure to check out CTN's website at a2gov.org/CTN for more great programs and services. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on social media at CTN Ann Arbor. Thanks for joining us on Ann Arbor Inclusive, where diversity is our strength and every story matters. We'll see you next time.